Namaste friends, I'm Dr. Raghuram. Welcome to Easy Ayurveda. Did you know series episode 1? In this episode, we'll be discussing about a very interesting topic. I suppose you people will love this episode. Before that, if you are new to the channel, kindly subscribe to our channel. If you love this video, at the end, kindly like the video and also share it to your friends. Well, jumping straight into the topic of discussion of today's video is the topic of the army physician, Royal Army physician, or the army camp doctor, army camp surgeon, whatever you can call. Wars and battles have been an essential part of our evolution, part and parcel of our evolution, isn't it, friends? The kings used to have big armies and lot of ambition, greed to expand their territory. They used to lead their armies to distant places, used to spend days together, months together and years together away from their kingdom, with their armies leading to neighboring kingdoms to occupy them, to defeat the kings and also to take those petty kingdoms under their kingdom. An unsatiable ambition to expand their territories and also to demonstrate their power and supremacy. Friends, when they used to go with their armies, of course, there will be collateral damage. When there is a war, when there is a battle, your soldiers are injured. You are also injured as a king. There may be many casualties, many emergency situations. Injuries, wounds, mutilations, body parts being cut, bruises, bleeding body parts, coma, partial death, everything will come into your way when there are battles or destruction. In such a context, friends, the king always needed a physician or a surgeon whom he trusted, whom he could take along with his army. Not only the doctor, but the group of doctors and also the entire nursing staff with the army. The earliest references of an army doctor or a military doctor, friends, is available in Sushruta Samhita. In Yukta Seniya Adhyaya, 34th chapter of Sushruta Samhita Sutrasthana, Master Sushruta has contributed an entire chapter dealing with this particular topic and the importance of an army physician for the king and for the army. First of all, Master Sushruta tells that the physician or the surgeon accompanying the king should be a well-learned, well-equipped physician. Mainly the focus of this physician should be on the king. Total focus, total concentration on the king and his welfare. Any problem, any health issue or any damage or any injury to the king, that should be the first priority of the physician to address the king. So he should be in and around the king always. That is why even the place where the physician, army physician should live or stay or camp has been specified by Sushruta. He tells that the physician's camp should be next to the camp or the residence of the king. Very next, very immediate in the neighborhood, so that when there is a call from the king, the physician can rush and attend the king. Master Sushruta tells that the king always has a threat of being poisoned by the outsiders from the enemy camps or even from some traitors inside the camp. That is why physician's first duty is to protect the king from the poisons, different kinds of poison administration. That also means to tell that the physician accompanying the army, staying in the army camp, should be well equipped with the knowledge of toxicology, different poisons and their antidotes, and also to diagnose what kind of poison has been administered to the king or the army officials. But the primary priority will be the king always. Master Sushruta later specifies that the physician should be treating both the doshaja and agantuja disorders. This also means to tell that the army physician should not only be well equipped in handling the casualties, but also should be well equipped to handle minor problems like some diseases like a fever or a cold or whatever. Master Sushruta in this context also explains about timely and untimely death, friends. Why has that context come up? So because in the war and in the battles, it will always be untimely death. Death comes from which direction you never know. So the physician's primary responsibility in the army camp is to see that he saves the life of many people there, the army officials, the army soldiers, and primarily the king from the clutches of untimely death. Death cannot be prevented, but he can put his entire efforts in saving the life of the people. Next, Master Sushruta tells that the king should be treated like a god, and just like as you worship the god, the physician should be dedicated to his god, that is the king, because he is his employer, and take care of the king through karma, vak and manas, action, speech and deeds. Here the physician needs to be a counselor also, a good friend also. He should advise what is good and what is bad for the king, including the food choices and many other things. Mainly his job is to protect and take care of the king as a well-wisher. Later we get a reference which tells that the army physician, who is as popular as a royal banner, will be respected by everybody in the army camp, including the king. What does that mean? As famous as a royal banner, he represents the kingdom. Number one, he is popular, he is a famous physician, he is a famous surgeon who is well learned, well respected, and has been given a very good status in the kingdom. And also amongst the king's cabinet, he is also a cabinet member. He knows everything, how to handle every aspect while staying in the army camp. He knows how to save lives, how to protect the king and the army. That is why he is popular. Popularity also means that the physician or the surgeon has been screened by a team, by the royal team, and also the king himself, that we are going to take this person with us as the leader of the physician's team. Since Sushruta himself is a surgeon, and Sushruta Samhita deals in most of its part with the surgery and different aspects of surgery. Here, a war camp physician might just mean a war camp surgeon. Less of a physician and more of a surgeon, because it is all about dealing with the casualties there, emergency situations there, well equipped with the surgical knowledge and surgical equipments and everything needed for first aid. In the same context, in the same chapter, friends, Sushruta explains about the Chikitsa Chatushpada, the 4 limbs of a successful treatment: the physician, the patient, the caretakers, that is the nursing staff in this particular context, and the medicines and all equipments needed to take care of the king and the army and meet all the needs of the casualties and emergency situations. Why Sushruta chose to explain Chikitsa Chatushpada in this particular context? It means to tell that all 4 limbs should be available. The patients anyhow will be available in the form of king or the army officials or the army soldiers itself, either deceased or damaged. The physician, there is a clear mention. The medicines and equipments, there is a clear mention that the physician should be equipped with everything. And what about the upasthata or the paricharaka? So here the caretakers will be the nursing staff or the other doctors accompanying this particular physician. So the royal camp, army camp physician is the leader of the doctors team and the nursing staff, and there will also be other physicians, surgeons and a team of nursing staff accompanying this main physician to the camp. Maybe the duties will be divided into 2. The other doctors and the nursing staff will take care of the entire army, while the chief physician will be monitoring the king. Of course, he will be going rounds into the camp to visualize and supervise all the other activities and all the other physicians. In the ancient days also, friends, apart from the land army, there also used to be naval wars, expeditions through water, attacks through water and war in water. So here in Yukta Sena, the Sena not only means army but also includes navy and the naval physicians. So friends, that's about the interesting facts and figures about the ancient time army camp physicians. What was expected of them, what were their duties and how they were screened and selected, and how important they were in the army camp, and how important was their role towards the king, towards the army. Did you know it? So thanks for watching, and we will catch up in the next episode with yet another interesting fact, interesting topic to discuss in Did You Know? Until then, do take care, goodbye, namaste, and plenty of love from EasyAyurveda.